What's up? What's going on, y'all? Episode 65, man. Squad Creator Podcast. See Paris over here.
Mike T's and our lovely guest. Could you introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, my name is Kiara from Majorkees Collection. I'm a T-shirt brand owner for people who are small business owners, entrepreneurs, or creatives that needs, to be inspired, motivated daily.
Yeah. So we got give us 1 minute while we play this commercial to pay these bills real quick, and we'll jump into the interview.
We the smallest in the game with the biggest guest to do it.
Period.
I like that.
Before we get started, man, I got to shout out. We got a sponsor, Vinyl Supply Unlimited, authorized Caesar dealer, the only Metamark. They sell the only Metamark decal vinyl in the country. Get with Vinyl Supply Unlimited. Put in
Squad Creator.
You get a 10% discount off your order. Free shipping over $50.
Once again, head on over to vinylsupplyunlimited.com for all your crafting needs.
All right, we back to it. So I gotta ask the standard question before we get deep into it. Can you just explain a little bit of your background and who you are, please?
Yep. So again, my name is Kiara Anderson. I'm from Dallas, Texas. So I am an entrepreneur. I have a small business called Majorkees Collection. It is a T-shirt brand for mainly women who are entrepreneurs, small business owners, creators, who, just really wants to stay inspired to reach their goals. A lot of men wear my T-shirts as well, so I don't neglect any of my men followers, but I connect more to my female audience. But of course, my T-shirts are unisex, so men can purchase them. But besides that, I still do work a 9 to 5. I am an IT engineer, so I've been been doing IT for 5 years now. I graduated from Prairie View A&M University with my bachelor's in management information systems. And I recently got my master's last year in management. So I'm doing some big things. And it's just funny how, things just work out, because when I got my master's, I was like, what am I going to do with this? Because I started my T-shirt brand. And in my mind, I'm like, I really want to be like a full-time entrepreneur. And at that time, I was at a job that I hated. So I was thinking like, okay, I'm just going to quit my job and hopefully this T-shirt thing work out. But God blessed me with an even better job recently. So I still have a few more years working, but I mean, I love, serving people in the IT industry. And, of course, there's not a lot of Black women in IT, so I pride myself of that. So I was like, well, if this is not my time to do this thing full time, I'm going to ride it out and, serve the people at my job right now. But that's pretty much a little bit about me. I do have a daughter. Have a small business. I have a lot of other stuff going on. I have a travel business that I really don't talk about too much.
Let's talk about it.
That's pretty busy. So with the travel business, so it's network marketing. So I'm not sure if you all have heard of what network marketing is, but pretty much if you recruit people to join your team, you pretty much get commission based on, not commission, but like a referral based on, the people that you bring in. And it's pretty much, you're building out your team. So I have a team that works with me. I don't say work under me. I say work with me, because if, say, for instance, if I can't book somebody flight, I have somebody else that's booking the package for me or whatever, and they get the commission and everything. But that's just something that I do kind of really for my family and friends, like close friends. But of course, people tell people and refer people. So business has been growing, especially during this pandemic. Now people want to travel. You'll think like we're in a pandemic, but people are still traveling. So business is, definitely picking up. My team is growing and, in more clientele. So I am thinking about, I am next year going to create website and, Instagram page to like really get it out a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. I have a lot going on, but this is me. I love doing what I do. So
So the travel business, that's just something you run from home?
yes. So it's I'm under a travel company called IntelliTravel. So that's the travel agency that I'm under. But so I'm an independent travel agent with IntelliTravel. So I do everything from home.
You get a commission for that every time somebody books through you?
Yeah. So we get commission through, all major travel companies like American Airlines, Southwest Vacation, Marriott, Disney World. All of those pay us commission. So like say for instance, if you were to book travel on your own, if you go to bookit.com or if you go to, I don't know, disneyworld.com, they have a travel, they have commission built in. So like if you were to do that yourself, you're basically going to pay them commission. But they're going to keep the commission. Or if, say for instance, you call one of their travel agents, that travel agent is going to get commission. So it's pretty much the same thing. I get commission. They'll pay me commission for booking travel with them.
That's dope. And how long have you been doing that?
I started doing that in 2019. So it's been what, 2 years?
Run 2 businesses, a job, and then the biggest job anybody can have, your mother on top of that.
2019.
So how is it? How do you juggle all that? That's I know just a baby alone, you getting pulled in several different directions. How do you? Let's hear some time where how you make this work.
Yeah. So, well, one thing I can say, I've been in IT for a minute now, and although I just started a new job, and then sometimes I'll be like, "Am I doing like what I need to be doing at this job?" But just really doubting my qualification sometimes. But like the job that I'm at is not that hard. Like it's hard to some people that's not technical, but it's really not that hard. So with that being said, honestly, I have a lot of time on my hands, and thank God with this pandemic, we get to work from home. But I know that a lot of people are not fortunate, to have a flexible job like I do have. So just honestly, outside of me just having a flexible job that allows me to do work from home and have a mental break throughout the day. A planning, like I'm a planner. That's one reason I created that planner a couple years ago. Hopefully, if the Lord stays the same, I can bring it back in 2022. But I'm a huge planner.
You said you created a planner. Can we hear about that?
Yeah, so in 2019. So I started creating it in 2018. In 2019, I created a planner. So I didn't actually build it out myself, but I like created all the content and had a vendor to create it. And that was one of my first projects of me just stepping out on faith, not knowing, what I'm doing, not asking for help, not having a business coach to guide me on how I was going to sell the planners. It was just me wanting to do something and, stepping out on faith and doing it. I was proud of myself because I got it done, but that was, of course, me being, early in my business, not really knowing how to sell, and not really understanding like the numbers and stuff. So the project, it went. The planner was amazing. I loved it, but sales wise, I didn't do great at all. But it was definitely something, for me to, learn from. Now I know when it comes to properly, working with vendors, how to actually communicate with them, because the vendor that I worked with was in China. So one of the things that went wrong was that, with it being overseas, the shipping time. So,
Yeah.
and with it being a planner for a new year, you will want the planner to at least be here like Thanksgiving, Christmas, at least, so they can have it for the new year. I didn't get the planners until January, middle of January.
Oh wow.
So that's one of the reasons why I really didn't get to sell it like I wanted to. But even that, it was just like a lot of stuff that, happened. So, but it just a lot of lessons that I learned through that. I did take a big L on it, because it was that it cost me a lot of money, but learned a lot, just throughout that one process of, me creating that planner on my own. But now I know what to do if I were to do this again.
So with the loss and the lessons you learned from that, how has that helped you moving forward through the travel business and Majorkees collection?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing is just like really understanding like, the marketing behind things, who your target audience is, things like that, before you actually put together a big project. Because when I did that, I was doing it because I wanted a planner, like I wanted a planner line, but I didn't know who I was really selling to. I didn't have an actual plan on how I was going to sell these planners. I just knew I had the money, because at that time I was working in Microsoft. So I was balling at that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have, the money to start my planner business, and I have this, this vendor. So let me go ahead and, get this planner business going. But not really knowing what I'm doing behind the scenes, like not being knowledgeable of just the business itself. And again, I had just started my business with the tumblers and stuff. So honestly, I was all over the place. I was serious, but I wasn't like really mature in my brand. But now that I've been doing this for a minute, I know, when it comes to making like a large purchase or just really anything, like, definitely need to know who your target audience is. Definitely need to know if you're gonna, sell something, like what's your profits gonna be, how you're gonna sell these things. Do you have any type of marketing campaign? Like at that time, I was just using Instagram. That's all I knew was Instagram. I didn't know nothing about Facebook ads. I didn't know nothing about email marketing, none of that stuff. All I knew was Instagram, because that's what I was seeing. And I was seeing people, um, blowing the businesses, blowing up and stuff. And I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, why I can't, have a viral moment and my business, take off. So that's kind of where my head was at. Wasn't mature at all, not really knowing what I was doing. But now I definitely know what I'm doing now, as far as like when it comes to selling, having an actual plan, having a marketing campaign, things like that in line before, just doing anything, making any type of business decision, just really having a plan behind it.
So are you using any like Facebook ads or anything now?
Yeah. So I am right now using Facebook ads. Not really to grow my business, just more for just exposure. I mean, not necessarily grow my business, not to profit, like not to be profitable, just to really get the exposure, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially now, for some reason, like, everybody want to run Facebook ads, and I get it, because a lot of people have had success stories with it, but it's just been like a lot of, changes lately. So it's like you really have to know what you're doing with it and what like you're going to get out of it. So you may not, like for me, I don't look for a return as far as money wise, even though of course you're going to make money with it, but it's just so much that goes into Facebook ads. But I really just more so look at it as a, another way to just market my business, to get my brand in front of, different people, whether they buy it or not. They may not buy it the first time, but they'll keep seeing me and, eventually buy it. So definitely just using it, mainly for like brand awareness and getting that my brand out there to people.
How much did you pay for the ads, if you don't mind me asking, or how much do you set aside for your ads?
It just really depends. Like just like this year alone, it's just been a lot of changes, like with Facebook, with this iOS change. So I haven't really been consistent, like every single month, like setting aside a certain budget to run my ads. So some months I'm not selling, some months I, am selling, but like for me, at most, I probably spend like maybe $5,000 a month on ads. At least at the minimum, it's probably been like $2,000. I haven't really just spent a lot just because it has this year has been crazy, and I just started doing like Facebook ads when I joined the T-Shirt Millionaires this January. No, I joined with them in November of last year.
Oh yeah, shout out Charles, man.
Yeah, we definitely want to talk about that. But I need to ask another question on that ad side of things. Did you find that it was useful using that Facebook? Or is that more? I think is that more beneficial than it is on Instagram?
You saying like is running ads on Facebook more beneficial than Instagram?
Yes.
Well, I run them on both. I don't just run them on just Facebook. So I really haven't just seen like, what would be more beneficial because I run them on both. I will say on Instagram, I feel like it's, the thing with Facebook, they're not going to really see like your page versus like Instagram. You can go to your Instagram page and see, everything that you have. On Facebook, you do have a page, but it's just not really marketable. Like it's just, you have a Facebook business page, but it's just kind of just look the same like how everyone's else page is. Of course you can brand it, but like Instagram, you can, really make your page look marketable versus Instagram. But I definitely use both of them. I see a benefit in, using running ads on both because you have people on Facebook scrolling all day and just like you have it on Instagram. So
So with you said you invested 5,000 to minimum 2,000, like is each do you make your money back every time, even though you say it's not necessarily for profit?
Not okay. So to be honest, me personally, I've had like maybe 1 or 2 good months running Facebook ads where I've seen a profit. I'm still in the learning phase. Like I'm still learning Facebook ads because of the changes, not necessarily because I don't know what I'm doing. It's just a lot of changes, and me having everything that I have going on, I'm just like, you know what? I have a large text list. I have a large email list. I can just sell to these people that I already know and use, Instagram, what I'm doing right now. But so like I the first 2 months I was profitable, but like really since like March, since all of these changes, I haven't personally been profitable. But it's more so because of me, not because of Facebook. I just haven't been patient enough to just really sit down and be like, okay, let me, run these Facebook ads. Like I found other ways to make money and be profitable. But right now, so I know y'all gonna be like, dang, you got something else going on. But I have an event in January
The 8th.
So, yeah. So I was just actually on a live with one of the sponsors. We're doing she's giving away $1,000 at the event to one business owner. So we was talking about the competition that she's doing. But
talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so for the event, this would be my third event. So the first one I started, it was with one of my friends. We started back in 2019. We had a group of people who we grew up with, who all, had like pretty much the same mindset and, wanted to, start a business or either had a business. And we pretty much had a pop-up shop in the city that we grew up in. So that was the first one. And then last year, was that 2020, I hosted my first event on my own. So that was the vision board party. So this is the second event in person. And this is, under my business as well. And pretty much it's just basically my brand in person. Like it's an inspirational event. So the last one was just mainly vision boards. That's what we just focused on. But for this event, I want to dig a little bit deeper. So I have guest speakers. I have like a little workstation where people wanted to do their vision boards. We're gonna have brunch and stuff. It is well, I'm not limited men, but it's mainly gonna be like a women empowerment event. But
I'm feeling segregated 1962 going on around here.
Right. We just boycotting, just doing our women, but no. So like for the business plan competition, pretty much what she's trying to do. So she's an entrepreneur, but she's starting her coaching business. So to basically launch her coaching business, this is like her way of doing that. So she is wanted to help women start businesses and guide them on the right way to do it. If they need funding for it, she has like a list where all these women can get access to these business grants. So that's what she's going to be offering, but she's also going to be giving away the $1,000 to one business owner. So we have that competition. It's going to be virtual. So they'll just sign up through my email. So if you're listening right now and you're local and you're in the Dallas area or Texas, and you're interested in going to the event, definitely sign up to the business plan competition. It's going to be really simple. All you have to do is just literally go to my website, sign up. You'll get an email from me regarding the business plan, and then from there, we're going to set out an application. You fill out an application, and then me and Samantha are just going to review them, and then from there, we may have one more interview, like an actual live interview, but that's pretty much it. So it's not going to be too difficult because we know it's busy, everyone trying to do the whole holiday thing. So we want to make sure that we're not putting too much stress, but at the same time we want to make sure we're giving it to someone who's going to actually use it for their business.
Miss Kiera, said a vision board, and it's
hold on before you move on, Mike. Hold on before you move on. Please say your email for anybody interested.
Yeah, so it is Kiera, so that's Kierra at Majorkees, so that's Majorkees collection, that's collection.com. And I just realized how long that is. So Kiera at Majorkees collection.com.
So he's putting that in the comments over there. He asked about your vision boards. He's been trying to get somebody to talk to him about that for a minute.
No, I just want to know her thoughts on what a vision board should be. What is it in definition?
So for me, I look at it more like an inspiration, board. Like, we have so many things that run through our heads. You know, when I was in school, I know someone, one of my professors told me like we have like over 1 million thoughts that goes on. Some of them that we, you know, not even realizing that we're thinking about. You know, we're thinking about things when we're sleeping. But for a vision board, I just really believe that it's one of those things where sometimes you just have to see it to believe it, you know.
Yes.
So you can say you want to do all these things, but then again, you have all these thoughts going on, so then you may forget. So to kind of keep this on the back of your mind, like this is what I said I wanted to do, you putting it somewhere that you can see every single day to remind you of what it is that you said you want to do. Like, you know, a lot of people, they say, oh, I want to start a business, right? Okay, you want to start a business, well, put that on your vision board so that that can, you know, you can remind yourself like, you know, I want to start a business, or I want to, you know, get a new house, or whatever that is that you want. And like for me, the way that we do it, we break it down into 4 different spaces. So we have your spiritual area, health and wellness, purpose and passion, and finance. So like we, you know, break it down into those 3 quads on, you know, what are the areas that you really want to focus on this year, you know, in those 4 years, within a year and in that time. So like for me, you know, like when it comes to finances, like, you know, you want to pay off whatever debt, you know, you want to definitely kind of niche down and think about what it is that you want to do in these different spaces. And, you know, some people, they be saying, okay, I want a new car, or I want a new, you know, house. But how are you going to get there? You may have to pay off your debt. You may have to get, you know, better, you know, increase your credit score or whatever. All those different things needs to go on your vision board so that you can like literally see it and like know that, okay, this is what I want, but this is also how I'm going to, you know, get there. But I think it's important. I think it is, you know, a lot of people, they don't believe in it, but I feel like it's just one of those things that, you know, it's just a constant reminder, like, you know, this is what you said you wanted to do. It was in your heart for a reason. So, you know, don't forget about it, pretty much.
So where are you getting your images from? Are you printing them out, or magazines, or how do you go about getting that?
Yeah. So for me, what I like to do is actually just use pictures of myself. So like one of the things that I put on my vision board. So this year I didn't do a vision board party. So I didn't do a vision board, which is, I hated that I didn't do it. Because this was a crazy year for me. But like one of the things that I did, I wanted, like last year, I wanted to travel. That was one of the things. Of course, COVID happened, so I really didn't get to travel as much.
Yeah.
But I put a picture of me traveling, you know. Another thing was last year was when I was going to graduate. So I had put a picture of me at graduation, which now, of course, like if you don't have actual pictures of you, you can use stuff from like, you know, different magazines or other people. But I like to kind of remind myself like, here, you've been at this place before. So, you know, just put your stuff on there. Like I've been small before. So I put like a picture of me when I was small on my vision board. I didn't want to put nobody else on there because I'm like, that's not my body goal. I'm my own body goal. So let me put a picture of me when I was, you know, much smaller on my vision board. What else I put on my vision board before? Yeah, like travel stuff, me getting more closer to God. So like I put like my favorite scriptures on there. And like from there, I just really just printed out like, you know, different quotes and stuff. So like really just a lot of positive stuff. Like I feel like for me personally, if you put like magazine, you know, pictures and stuff, like you may not look at that every day, but like people like to look at themselves, like, you know, you like to look at yourself. So like I like to put pictures of me and my family on my vision board because I know that I'm gonna look at that. But if I'm just seeing a lot of like magazine stuff, I'm probably not gonna like, you know,
Right
really
past.
yeah, I'll probably just walk right past it. But if I'm seeing like my last vision board, I just fell in love with it because I had like pictures of me and my daughter and just my family and stuff. So it was something that I actually like literally looked at every single day. And it was last year, although we went through the pandemic, but it was an amazing year for me. So me personally, I feel like vision boards are important. I feel like it helps, especially if you are one of those people who are really, into growing, have a growth mindset. I think it's, good to have that constant reminder, of what it is that your vision is.
Most definitely.
Let me get into these comments before you shout out some of these people.
All right.
Dollar for dollar booking. Appreciate you, Jones. What's happening? Flawless. What's going on? Barb LaFon. Hi. How you doing? Taryn, what's going on? Hope you feeling better.
Yes.
South Bay. My bad. South Bay, what's happening? Marissa Dandridge, happy Tuesday to you too. Who else we got? Barb, Marissa.
Shandy,
Educated Natural, how you doing?
Shandy, how you doing?
Barb said, Kiera, cool. A fellow IT, I was in IT. I was on an IT network manager for 22 and a half years before retiring.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. 22 and a half years.
Shandy, I got it this time. Shandy Cheek. What's going on? I always want to say Creek for some reason. Every time I look at her name and I can read. What's going on? Shayna Krause, how you doing?
How you doing, Shay?
Let me see. A few more. Just a second. Craftable Things. What's going on?
Big Boy Prince, Marissa Dandridge. Thank y'all, everybody, for tapping in tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, this is dope. I'm really enjoying this, and I thank y'all for having me.
Oh yeah,
this is dope. I like it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we knew you had some information too, some gems that we much needed to hear. So we appreciate you.
Mike, he been looking for somebody talking about them vision boards for a few episodes now. You can't whole time.
Because I'm the only person, when I said it before, you should have said it was crickets. I heard crickets. People was looking left and right of me. Wasn't nobody looking at me like I was talking same.
I used to use them some years ago. I need to start making them.
And I feel like with especially nowadays, with technology, like you don't necessarily have to just do like the actual board. Like they have stuff like if you use Canva, create you a vision board on Canva and let that be your screensaver, on your phone. But just really, and I'm one of those people. Like I have a lot of quotes in my house, so I have like one right here says "It's your winning season." That's one of my T-shirts. I have stuff all in my room just to, I just feel like right now, it's so much going on in the world and the enemy, he is so busy. So you just gotta like literally have that positivity, always around you. So like for me, I just really try to just, have it all over my house. Like it don't have to be no Bible, no scripture or anything, whatever. Like just anything that can just like keep me, inspired. But I do have some, Bible verses and stuff, but just any type of quote though, like to keep me inspired.
Yeah. Barb said, vision boards are awesome. I use mine when I'm saving for a piece of equipment and also for items I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea. Craftable Things say, y'all hit that like button. Go on and do that for us, please, one time.
Yes.
That to this creations. Appreciate you.
Salute.
Is anybody else? I think you said it, but Big Boy, what's going on? Nicole Reeves, hey. I'm trying to see if there's any more comments in here. I'm sorry.
No, you're
So
fine.
you got involved with the T-Shirt Millionaires. How did that go? Well, first, how did that happen?
Yeah, so I pretty much joined with them. What was that in November? So he had like an open enrollment to be a part of his program.
Yeah.
So that was in I think October when I signed up for it. I think he still has it. I think he still has his mastermind, but.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was one of the like first thing that I just really invested. There wasn't a first thing, but that was the first thing I spent like some money on. Um, where I really saw like, the benefits, just the people that I've met over time, just all of the knowledge that I've gained. Um, definitely learned a lot, just by being in his program. But it was just one of those things where, I was studying him all day long, looking on his Instagram. And I'm like, you know what? I need to be a part of this. So
Right.
I just, when he had that, I think I had signed up for his email or text list or something. So when I got that text, I was like, let me go ahead and sign up because that was my time. So, and that's why I tell like a lot of people, like now, like I don't, which I need to be, well, I ain't gonna say I just don't, I just give my money out because I don't do that. But I'm one of those people now. I invest in myself. Like after investing into his program, like I know like the true meaning of investing in yourself. And when it comes to your business, like a lot
Excuse me,
of
let's
people.
stop you before you go on.
Mhm.
I just want to ask, how far or how important is that to invest in yourself?
Yeah, it's truly important. I mean, because we're living in a time where things are constantly changing and you can't keep up. Like it's gonna be hard to, keep up with everything, on your own. So it's important to have a team, having that network where you don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to know everything. Um, being a part of a network, you're gonna, being a part of the right network, put it like that. The right network is going to get you further than you just trying to do everything on your own. And being a part of that network is gonna cost you. And you got to be okay with that. You got to know that if, it may cost to be in a room of, with people that, have a successful business, but you got to realize like, what you're getting out of that. So for me, and that was one of the things that I kind of had to learn throughout this year because although, on the outside looking in, a lot of you all say, okay, I have a, successful T-shirt brand. But me personally, I know where I can be if I put in the work, like the other people that's around me. So I be seeing, like a lot of my peers, they doing this and that in their business, but I'm not putting in that work, But on the outside looking in, I know that it looks all good to everyone else, but once you start really seeing like what other people are doing, it's just like it makes you just want to go harder. But like I say, for me, it's just been a crazy year. Like I had a lot going on with my job, me trying to find a new job, just a lot going on. But definitely, like I say, just being a part of a network and having like those connections, knowing that again, you don't have to do this business stuff on your own. It's hard. It's overwhelming. Um, and if you do try to do it on your own, like, I mean, it's people that's out here that's, thugging it out. They're not asking for help, but I would say invest in a coach because your coach is your cheat code. You don't have to, hustle and, look for all this stuff on your own. Like your coach is gonna give you the game. Whereas you can do this within 30 days, but if you try it on your own, it may take you a year, 2 years, or start making all these mistakes like I did in the past. So definitely invest in yourself. Like it's truly worth it. And I always say, like, tell people, it's not all about the money, because for me, that's what it was at first. But then, like, over time, I was like, but look what I have gained. Like, I have people who are like, these are genuine, like my friends. Like, I have friends who have made $1 million. I have friends who have, met this person. I have, friends who is doing this and that. So it's like, sometimes, we be looking like at the profit wise, like, what are we getting out of it, return on investment as far as money. But, sometimes it's not even about the money. It's about, just the value and the people that you're connected to.
Right. You were the guru. Charles, T-Shirt Millionaire, he's like the marketing genius.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to pushing merchandise, especially a brand. What's one of the major things that you got from taking that course? Like, I know you mentioned you had established new connections, but like, what's one thing that, man, I spent the money and it was well worth it? What was one of those things?
Well, I mean, I would say, of course, the knowledge is, a lot of people would say that, but you can get the information, from anywhere. I would say, honestly, it's the motivation, like the inspiration. You can't get that from everybody. You can have a business coach teach you the same thing, but this business coach is not gonna inspire you to persevere through the hard time. And that's what I got out of this program, is that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, one of those things where, like an overnight success. You're going to have to push through and work hard. And understand that it's a marathon. Like Nipsey say, it's not something that you just gonna run some ads, or you just gonna do this and that and get all this money. It's not like that. So I think for me, that's one of the main things that I've learned. Not necessarily learned, but got out of it, is to really truly understand, like, it's not a marathon, but just really having a coach that inspires you and motivates you. That's really, one of the biggest benefits.
Wow.
Shana asks, Kiara, are you talking about drop shipping?
No, I don't drop ship. So with my planners, and I for my planners, I didn't drop ship as well. I've never drop shipped.
So some of the sayings, trust the process. That's particular saying. Now I'm noticing the popularity of that shirt. What's your meaning for trust the process?
Yeah, so it's funny because, like, when I first started selling that T-shirt, like, for me personally, it was more so of like me just going after my dream. So I was in school. I had I'm gonna say, a decent job at that time. I didn't hate the job, but it was decent. And it was just one of those things where, okay, I'm trusting that, this journey that I'm on. But over the years, especially this year alone, like, God really had to take me through like a journey, with him, like a real spiritual journey. So for me, trust the process. It means a lot. Like, the process is one of those things. Like, it's your process. It's your story. It's what makes you unique. It is what's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you who you are, So trust that whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that you are facing, is for a reason. Like, it's not something that's, because like for me, it was things that was happening. I'm like, is God punishing me or whatever? Like, what is it? But I had to realize like everything that I was going through this year, it had to happen so that it can make me who I am today. So I really believe like when it comes to, just trusting the process, the process is your story. The process is what makes you who you are. It is what separates you from the next person. It's what separates you from who you were 10 years ago. Yep. So just trusting that, whatever you're going through is for the greater good. Like it's all gonna benefit you in the long run. But yeah, when I first started the shirt, it was just, me just trusting that, I'm gonna finish school, start my business, this and that. But now God had to take me through some things so that I can really understand what, he wanted me to get out of it. So
how many brand names? So I know the Trust Your Process, that's the one I've seen everywhere. How many brand shirts have you dropped since you've been doing this?
I have I don't know, because I feel like I know over 12. I almost dropped a shirt every month. Some of them I didn't keep on my website. Some I did. So I try to drop one of these, like, again, I just started, like, this is like my first year, but I've been dropping a shirt like almost every month at least. Wow. Some of them, if they're not doing well, I just don't keep it. Some I do. So
that trust the process, though, that thing is popular.
It speaks to a lot of people, and I spoke. I try not to, because that's one thing I don't like. I don't like where people who have a business feels like they are above their customers. I always feel like, at the end of the day, we are on this earth to serve. So that's what I'm called to do. So I talk to my customers. I try to, I don't treat them as if they just buying a T-shirt from me. Like, me, this is us building a connection. And like some women, they talk to me just about a lot of stuff that, when they saw the T-shirt, it sparked some type of emotion, through them. And yeah, like some of the stuff I'm just like, man, I'm going through this, but y'all going through this, like, so it just really makes me kind of reflect on, some of the things that just kind of be going on throughout my head and stuff. But yeah, that T-shirt is very popular. A lot of people like it. It speaks to them, and everyone has a different story behind it. That's the funny thing. Like, everyone has a different story behind it. So my website is majorkeescollection.com. So that's MAJOR Keys KEES collection COLLECTION.com. Thank you so much for putting that in.
Terrence said my daughters had to learn that lesson. Hearing it from me wasn't sinking in. I want to comment on that real quick. Like, I understand that, like, our parents as kids, we don't feel like our parents know anything. You know what I mean? So you had me, so why do I, why do I listen to you? Because I see your life. It takes someone outside to help. You know what I mean? To help you really understand is the word I should have used instead of help. So I think that plays a really big part, and it's almost like getting up and going to therapy. But I talk to somebody close to me all the time, but that therapist, because they have a different objective, it helps more. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's true. And it's like, sometimes I feel like, especially in the African American community, it really wasn't popular at first when it comes to mental health and, going to therapy. But thank God, with social media, like more people are becoming aware of, the importance of it, because I feel like at the end of the day, the enemy can attack he can attack anybody. So, when people say mental health, it doesn't mean, something got to be mentally wrong with you. At the end of the day, we all, no one is immune to getting attacked. So,
at all.
It's one of those things where we definitely need to know, how to fight against that, pretty much. And sometimes, it's talking to somebody, and sometimes you can't talk to your family or close friends about everything. And, having someone that you trust, well, of course, once you start going to therapy, you'll get to know them. But, a lot of times we don't want to talk to our people, the people that's close to us, because we don't want to, one, be judged, or two, we don't want to disappoint, our loved ones. So it's kind of just, easier to talking that through somebody else. But
period. And like on this show, mental health comes up a lot, and I love when it does, because I feel like God or whoever you believe in brings that topic up for a reason. It's several people bring up mental health, and it's talking to someone, and somebody somebody I know or or whatever, or maybe one of us needs that lesson.
Right. Yep.
Yo.
Or it might be about their ass. Period.
We've been chopping it up for close to an hour with Kiera Anderson, aka Majorkees. She's been dropping some major gems on us. We're about to head into this commercial break. When we come back, we'll have rapid fire and some more questions with Majorkees. What's up, guys? It's your boy Mike T, back at you with another video. And today we're going to be going over Vinyl Supply Unlimited, where they have a lot to choose from. You can get your matte decal, you can also get sublimation prints, color changing vinyl, different layerable glitters, and also fat head material. You heard me, fat head material. As you can see, my fat head is up there, which is completely removable. I could put it on the car, I could put it on the window, and then take it off and put it on the door, and then maybe on the floor, wherever it may be. But visit vinylsupplyunlimited.com today. Welcome back, everybody. That's Vinyl Supply Unlimited. Make sure you use Squad Creative's podcast 10 for 10% off your entire order. Spend $50, free shipping. We are back.
So I have, all this time we've been on here, I've not asked Majorkees collection. Explain the name, please.
Yeah. So it's funny because, to be honest, I got that from DJ Khaled. He was like Major Key Alert. And of course, my name is Kiera. A lot of people call me Key or Kiki back in the day. People call me that. But growing up is more so Key. So that's kind of where I got that from. And of course, when you hear the word Major Keys, you're thinking, success or, some type of inspiration. So that's kind of where all of that sparked. I just loved when he used to be like, Major Key Alert. So they just kind of rang a bell for me. So
that.
that's really where I got that from.
I like that. Can you explain your creative process, like to come up with what you're gonna put on your shirts and that type of thing?
Yeah, so for me, I really just get a lot of my ideas from songs, like a lot of quotes, or if I see anything like this, like I said, I have a lot of things that's like around my house that's inspiring. So if I see something that, speaks to me, I'm like, oh, okay, this may speak to somebody else, and I just reword it and make it my own. That's really kind of it. I love gospel music, so I try to listen to it to get inspiration. I'm not a big reader, but like I say, I love looking at like quotes and stuff that kind of keep me inspired. So if I see something, um, that's pretty much kind of where I start jotting down things and getting all of my ideas from. So like that, it's your winning season. I don't know if y'all heard that song, but I got that's where I got the shirt from. I got a shirt that says "It's my winning season," but that's pretty much where I got that T-shirt from.
That's slick. So do you when you coming up with your colorways and your sayings that you have gotten, are you trying to match them to a certain drop or a date of like a shoe or anything that's out there, or are you just
Yeah, not for my brand, because it's not necessarily my brand is not something that's like I'm not looking for people to like style my t-shirts or anything. It's more so like an inspirational t-shirt brand. Now I do, would like to see people style my t-shirts. But for me, I don't really, do that or whatever. Now I do drop different colorways. Throughout the year. Like if it's Christmas, I may do what I do for Christmas. Well, for the holidays I did hoodies. I did do a green Trust the Process t-shirt. But yeah, like not really. I don't really just, go off of like, matching anything with the style or anything like that.
So I was just looking at your Instagram, and a lot of the women send you pictures and you repost them. Some of them women, they look fierce. Like that shirt, you can see what that shirt did to them. Like when you get those pictures back, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it really makes me smile, because not only do they send me pictures, but it's what they're saying about the t-shirt or about my brand. So that really makes me happy that not only am I'm doing what the shirt is doing what it's supposed to do, like it's inspiring people, and I'm like making an impact to like so many people, like a lot of people are wearing my t-shirts and they're loving it, and they're inspired by it. So
Yeah, that's dope.
Yep, I'm on Instagram.
Majorkees collection.
so
I
you do a
think
lot?
it pop up under inspirational t-shirts too.
It does too. Inspirational t-shirts and quotes. Being that you do have a brand, have you ever done customs before? Just like took orders and did any customs?
No custom t-shirts, only the tumblers.
Lucky you.
Yeah. I stopped doing the custom last year. I was like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
What initially got you into the tumblers?
So I actually was in a Facebook group and I saw people making them, and that's kind of where that came about.
So, and then from tumblers to t-shirts, what was that transition? How did that transition come about?
Honestly, it was me seeing other t-shirt brand owners start their t-shirt brand, And I was like, the tumblers are cool because it makes me different. But at the same time, it's a lot of work because like with T-shirts, it don't take nothing but like maybe 10 seconds to make a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a tumbler, it would take me like 2 weeks sometimes. Well, not even gonna say 2. With one tumbler, like 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the time, designing and drawing, all that stuff. So it just wasn't like, it just didn't make sense anymore. As far as like what I wanted to do. Like at that time, I really wanted to like grow my business, and I couldn't grow it, if I'm only able to do, I had a cup turner that can do more than one cup, but it still just took a lot of time. So
you have a daughter. What are some of the lessons that you want to instill in her?
Yeah, so one of the things, definitely I'm big on education. But I would just say go to college if you can. Like just to get the experience. Like I'm the oldest. I have brothers and sisters that's younger than me. And I just tell them like, don't go to college for the education. I know that may sound crazy, but go for the experience. Like you will only be 20, like, for a couple of years. Go have fun and enjoy college.
That's one of my regrets.
If you go to school for school, the thing is, a lot of times people change their major. A lot of times people go to school, get a degree, and they end up doing something totally different. And they feel like school is a waste of time. But if you go just for the experience, you're going to get so much more out of it. So like for me, I pledged at school. I met, a lot of cool people at school. That's where I actually started traveling. I got a lot out of school, but a lot of people they don't get a lot out of school because they're going. I mean, of course, you want to go to school so that you can get a job and this and that, but it's like you don't have to go to college to be successful. And at this point, a lot of people know that, like, you can, take a trade and, become successful. You can be an entrepreneur and it's a lot of stuff that you can do to be successful. So school is not, one of those things where, you going just so you can be successful. I would just say, my thing is go have fun. And enjoy college, because that's where you're going to, really be able to grow and mature and, just get just different experiences. And then I would, just tell my daughter like another thing, like, know how to make your own money, because if you rely on a job and like for me, I got laid off at Microsoft and that broke my heart. I cried. That was my dream job. And I didn't have, that's when I had that's what really pushed me into really wanting to like go hard for my business, was when I got laid off, because it just happened out of nowhere. But yeah, like, you really want to be able to know how to make some money. And I'm not saying that you have to start a T-shirt brand or start a, something selling things. There's all type of ways that you can make money, investing into things, or, just different things that you can be a part of. But know that you have another option outside of your 9 to 5. Like you should not just have one stream of income.
Real talk.
I just feel like if you rely on that one job and that job can lay you off, the manager can come in and be mad at you one day, something crazy, and that can mess up your relationship. Just things, anything can happen. So you just want to have something else that you can follow. But definitely, go to school for the experience and, just really having a backup plan for your business and for your job. So, I mean, even if your business flop, you need to have a backup plan for that. Like, I mean, I'm working, multiple jobs, but this is what I like to do. Like, I enjoy IT and I enjoy my business, but I would definitely, say, definitely have a 9 to 5 unless you just making millions. Like, I wouldn't even suggest you quitting your job if you making thousands. Like, you want to.
Is that what keeps you, with that job and with having your crafting?
What
you don't have to make a decision at this point. You're just using them both cold side.
Yeah, like, well, see, one thing, like right now with this job, I just started it, but I don't see myself really quitting because it's not something that's stressing me out or anything. But it's like, I just don't, a lot of people, they're pushing on this entrepreneurship thing. I just feel like you don't have to be an entrepreneur. Like, you don't have to do it full time. Like, unless you just can't find a job. But if you have something that's working for you, like, I'll say, do both until you just get burnt out. But I would not, I don't care how, how much money you making in your business. Like, definitely have, 2 streams of income. If it's 2 businesses, that's fine. But I would say if you can do a job and a business, do that, because you want to have something. If your business don't work out, well, at least you have this, steady income with your 9 to 5 coming in. So,
major key with a major key alert, Major Jim. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So, what is a typical work day, business day look like for you?
For me, I have an 8:30 call at my job, and then from there, I'm kind of at my desk until 5:36. Working on different tickets and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm always doing something with my business, like as far as thinking of captions to make on Instagram, or thinking of, content to create, planning out content. So yeah, it's literally, me kind of working, during that time, like grinding out both of them. But I try to really, keep my attention on my job. Because of course I want to stay at my job, but my mind is always on my business. Like, it's always on my business. I'm always, looking at Instagram, trying to see what's going on over there, checking my email and stuff. So I'm busy throughout the day. I really don't have, like, as far as my work schedule is flexible, and my business is like flexible as well. So I'm like kind of juggling them both, but all of my, for the most part, my attention is on my job throughout the day. And then in the evening, I really try to just, focus on my daughter, and, just making sure things around the house is good. And like, honestly, I try not to work too hard in the evening. Like, that's just my time to kind of plan out the next day. Like, I don't try to do no T-shirts throughout the week unless I just really, really have to. But yeah, I have a lot of help though. Like, I have my mom, she'll come in and, pack my orders for me if things get too overwhelming. But yeah, I'm not doing I try not to put a lot of stuff on my schedule throughout the week. Like, it's literally 8 to 5, I'm working, and then in the evening it's just, time to chill and get ready for the next day. But just I may have a few calls in the evening, but it's not, I try not to put a lot of energy into, like, working in the evening. Try to do that all throughout the day.
Couple comments. Terrence said, yes, the experience is awesome. Talking about college, especially at HBCU, because I went to a PWI also. Then she also said, I have one daughter who doesn't believe in having a backup plan. If it's something you want to do, she sees it as you setting yourself up to fail. I think she's beginning to see now. See, that's these new people. I like these youngsters. I like to call these new people, man. I don't know, man. It's just a different world than where I come from, and I'm not trying. I sound like I just sung the song from the show, but it's just a different world nowadays, man. And their outlook is different, and I just hope the ones that don't get it.
Yeah. I just feel like it's definitely a learning experience, and over time they'll understand. Like it's not, you'll be working way harder trying to be your own boss than you working for somebody else. So,
oh my gosh, say that again one more time, real loud for them, because they don't hear you.
Because you will be, working no time off.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean. And it's like, everybody's on social media looking at everybody else, but it's like, at the same time, like, do you really know what goes on behind closed doors, what they have to do to get to where they at? And that's what I had to, realize for myself. Like, if I become an entrepreneur today, I lose my benefits. So I won't, if something happened to me, like, I have to be, paying medical stuff out of pocket, and like, it's like a lot of stuff that goes into that. So that means I will have to be making so much money to, be able to afford insurance and this and that. If I'm my own boss, just a lot of stuff that you really have to think about. And it's like, are you really ready for that level, of being your own boss and really supporting yourself and other people? Having that responsibility, it's a lot. And I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm okay. So I'm trusting that what I'm doing right now is all gonna make sense, And it's like, you can have a job and have a successful business. And when the time is right, it'll be right, but definitely don't try to force yourself to be an entrepreneur. Like, it's not worth it. Like,
so what would make you quit your job and just run your business?
Yeah, for me, I would say, like, I would have to, because I make decent money, working in IT, but I would probably have to, like, make, like, I don't know, like, I would have to make some real good money, like really being able to see like my salary, like, probably not even doubling, but like just really me being able to, like, because I don't want to put a number on it, because it's like, you just never know what's gonna happen, but like, I would have to really be I would say, what would really make me quit my job, honestly, is that if I have a full staff and they're well taken care of, because I don't want to quit my job and me, like, working harder, like that I'm not working that hard at this job.
Yeah.
So if I have a staff and I'm not even saying like just a large team, but if my business is, running itself, then I'm like, okay, I can quit my job, because now the business is making money, the people are taken care of, and now I'm, taking care of myself. But I don't want to quit my job where I can't pay my employees, or I can't pay my business bills. I'm struggling to pay my business bill. Like, all that got to be taken care of first. So I don't see myself quitting until I have people working, under my business, and they are able to just work within my business and be taken care of. And I know a lot of people be like, well, that don't really make sense. But like, the thing is, because I've seen so many people who have businesses, and it all depends on what type of business you have. Like, for me, I'm literally pressing T-shirts and doing this and that. But like, I've seen people who have businesses, and their businesses fail because they don't take care of their employees.
Yeah, right.
So it's like you're gonna have to, sacrifice some. And for me, like I take care of the people that's gonna take care of my business, and then eventually I know that's gonna take care of me. Yep. But I just it don't really make sense for me to be quitting my job. Now I gotta pay 3 different, So
sounds like you got a sound business plan and a business mind.
Yeah, it took a long time for me to get here, but it's just one of those things where it gotta make sense. Like it gotta make sense. And I'm like, do I really want to be pressing these T-shirts every day and doing all this work? And I'm like, you know what? Nah, I don't. I mean, honestly, I'm okay. If I can do IT for like 22 years, I will be okay. But that doesn't fulfill me. I don't, that's not what that take care of, the bills and stuff, but it doesn't fulfill me. I'm not being fulfilled by it. So I know I got to do this business. But I'm like, I know I don't want to be pressing T-shirts every day. Because it gets tiring. Like I just be tired, packing orders and all that stuff. So definitely want to be able to have like a staff, a team that can help me to grow the business before I quit. So
that makes sense. Real talk. So I'm about to hop into this rapid fire. I ask you 4 or 5 questions you can answer to the best of your capability. They're usually one-word answers or short answers. First one, hot or cold?
Hot.
That could have pertained to anything. A lot of people look at me weird sometimes when I say that. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite food?
Wings.
Wings. Okay.
Score.
Nah, bro, we're gonna leave that alone. That ain't no.
Yeah, I just said score, brother.
We ain't gonna bring that into this.
Next question, please, sir. Thank you.
A place you want to vacation or travel to that you haven't been.
Mexico.
Mexico.
You in Dallas and you've never been to Mexico, huh?
I know, because the pandemic. I must have been last year and this year.
Yeah, that's backyard right there.
Right.
Last question. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Hey, that's been Majorkees. She's answered the rapid fire questions for this week. Tell us some places where we can find you at if we want to shop.
Yes, so you can visit my website, www.majorkeescollection.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at Majorkees Collection, and you'll be able to shop on Instagram. If you follow me, you should, you'll see my pictures. Just click on it and you should be able to grab it through there. Of course, just go to my website as well. So majorkeescollection.com or follow me on Instagram.
So I just want to say thank you for just the whole show. I think just because we have a debate, we used to have a debate on this show about chicken pieces, and you said the best answer you could have.
Oh Lord,
on that.
So why you going back?
Because it's been a while, and these people over here talking about thighs in the thing. Thank you for wings, and we're gonna cut it a little short today because I know your baby need mommy right now. So
we'll have you back in the future. Thank you for the major gems that you got.
And any major announcements or new announcements you need to make, just reach out. And you got my email. Just holler at us. You got a place. We had a great time. You came with some great information. And thank you.
Yes, thank y'all for having me. We definitely have to do this again.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody that joined us tonight. We will see y'all on Saturday. We got Saturday.
Black Ground Clothing.
That's Clint.
Later. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all.
Peace.
All right.